I got in trouble kindergarten because my first rated R movie was The Terminator. I watched it with my dad, and I came into school as a kindergartner telling everybody about The Terminator.
Yeah.
And I got in trouble because I said the F word because I wanted to recite the movie. So it was the beginning of the movie where he's like, "Fuck you, asshole."
Dope fiend, bro. So wrong.
What?
You're a fucking dope fiend.
What?
You're
How?
a movie dope fiend.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just like a art.
What's that, a new Quentin Tarantino? Oh, let me tell you about it.
Oh man, music
so
too though.
good. Welcome to Watching Shit and Spoiling It movie reviews with your host, Hateful J, Sugar Shane.
That's right.
We are doing the hunt today, ladies and gentlemen. We should have did recognize. Here you go with this. You guys had on backwards, man. I tell you what. But no, we're doing a hunt today, guys. We probably should have did this one. I actually think we planned to do this one second. Mm-hmm. But, you know, stuff happened. Parasite came up. It was just some other shit that happened. Mm-hmm. Shut up! Before we get started, hit that like button. Hit that sub button. Then if you're feeling sexy today, you hit the share button. You can tell your friends about it. You can do all kinds of stuff with buttons. Anywho, let's get into it, man. Shane, this for me was one I had to get into because my homie Jason Blum.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this is a BLUMHOUSE production. You know, if y'all didn't know, and I love those.
Me too. I love his intro too with the scary little girl
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
yeah,
It's so
like-
dope. What I like about it is they're not taking this movie too seriously. Like the best, my favorite part about this movie is all the sarcasm.
It's kind of one of those weird movies that kind of almost relate to the times, but this is one of those, you can take it straight out of a conspiracy, honestly. One of those conspiracy movies where the elite upper class pick lower class people and hunt them for sport.
Sure. This one is more of politic-wise between, it's like a fight between the left and the right and who's right and who's wrong and how the left thinks that they're better than the right and vice versa and all.
I'm confused.
But we start with a private chat group chat.
And the first thing they say is,
what side of politicians would you say
this
it was?
This is the libertarians, the Democratic side. They say, did you see what that rat fucking president did?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, disturbing. Good thing that the manor's coming up and we can kill all these deplorables.
Yeah.
And they were like, we said we would never talk about this. The way she referred to the Trump supporters as deplorables because they're bad quality people and they're easily thrown away.
Yeah.
So
that's where you see
pretty fucked up.
sides being picked. We go right from that to the airplane. That's where you see a boy from Always Sunny. I don't know his real name. You know his real name?
His name's Glenn Howerton or something.
Glenn Howard.
I fucking love that show.
He starts off and he's one of those elite motherfuckers. You know,
Do you know what his name is in the movie?
Say no.
His name is Richard, which is ironic because he's a fucking dick. First thing you see is him being an asshole
Yeah,
to the fucking
yeah.
lady.
Like, he got to play the joke with her.
Yeah, he put his headphones on like he wasn't listening. He
was like,
care.
I'm just
Oh,
joking.
kidding.
I'm joking. We're setting up. You see him. You see a few other people. You got your, maybe what, 6 to 8 elite. These are your hunters. The leader of these motherfuckers is, what the fuck is her name?
In
What's
real
her-
life,
what's her real name?
Jennifer...
Nope.
Or something, I can't remember. I know she's
Yeah.
$1 Million Baby and all that.
Yeah, hit it real quick.
Hey, but we have to say though that Glenn, he was saying when the stewardess was getting him stuff, he was asking for these fancy foods or whatever, but she said, "How about a bottle of champagne?" He goes, "All right, fine."
Yeah.
And he asked her if it was one of those rare bottles of champagne. He told her that story about how the ship wrecked and they had to get a robot to go down there to get what they got, and they only got a few of these champagne bottles that are like hundreds of years old, and they're like the most expensive champagne, and nobody knows what they taste like. And he asked her if that was that, and she said, "There's just regular champagne."
Yeah.
But that's important because that's like it's foreshadowing.
Right. But yeah, that's where we are. What is the old girl name? But the leader of these elite motherfuckers is
Hillary Swank.
Hillary fucking Swank. And I can't remember last time I seen her. I know it was after $1 Million Baby, but I don't know what it was in. But she's a leader, you know, your snaky, brunette, kind of creepy, hella rich politician lady.
And you don't see her face for basically the whole movie for no reason at all.
Yeah.
There was no reason to hide her face at all in the movie.
I mean, I guess they were trying to portray her as like the boss villain, but
right.
And I guess it worked. On this plane, as they're, being snobby, getting their hors d'oeuvres and whatever the fuck they doing, they have the people they gonna hunt on the plane. all sedated, of course, for the right amount of time until they get to where they're going. One of the guys wakes up, all disoriented and shit. Of course, they trying to
Big
figure
motherfucker.
out. Yeah, big ass dude, big ass hill jack motherfucker.
Look like
Big Show.
Well,
He wakes up, he's disoriented. They're trying to figure out what to do. You know what I mean? They're trying to get him to calm down, to get him to lay back down. This shit goes on for a while. He kind of comes to life a little bit. Like, what the fuck? He's almost like a what the fuck is going on mind state. Let me out of here. Where am I?
But he's listening to the guy because he's like, I'm a doctor. You just need to lay down. And he's like, okay, I'm going to listen. I don't know what's going on, though.
I know that happens, and I know it comes to a point where she actually steps
Well,
out.
he says, he asks the stewardess, the guy who's pretending to be a doctor, he says, can I borrow your pen? And the stewardess gives him the pen, and he tells the Big Show, he's like, hey, we're going to put you back to sleep now, okay? He was like, because you woke up before you're supposed to, and he stabs him in the neck.
Yeah.
And then blood starts going everywhere. And then obviously the dude's he grabs the champagne bottle and starts fighting, tries to fight everybody. And then Hilary Swank comes in.
Yeah. She comes in all, flat-chested and
Woke up from her nap.
weirdly shaped. Wasn't she like silk pajamas?
Yeah.
Some shit. And she pretty much comes out and does she like put the heel through his eye?
Yeah, she stabbed her heel in his eyeball.
Stabbed her heel in his
and
eyeball.
that was dope, too, because when she pulled it out, the fucking eyeball was attached along with all the strings of the eyeball.
Yeah. So we setting up with comedy. We setting up with gore.
Right.
And it's
ASAP.
well done. Like, it's all well done. We go from that to the designation. The manor, the area of the manor, they in like the fucking woods.
You're waking up to Emma Roberts.
Yeah, old girl from American Horror Story.
Right.
Because
So
I don't know her fucking name.
Right.
It's Name Master right here. I don't know.
Well, that's Julia Roberts' niece.
Who cares?
But I like that, too, though, is that so they open with her, so then you really have no idea who's the protagonist of the movie yet.
You don't know. You don't
And
know.
so they all wake up with the gags in their mouths. The most
Yeah.
uncomfortable gag, I think, ever.
And it
probably.
takes a while to find out the protagonist because there's some shock value in all of this opening.
Awesome.
This whole opening scene.
Yeah.
But, it's pretty much she's waking up. There's another person waking up, another lady waking up.
And she sees Skylar. She's cutting her hair out with like a pin from her name, and she's putting it on a leaf, and then the leaf's pointing somewhere. Which I still don't know why you put the hair on the leaf thing. I don't get it.
Just the wake up. This is where everybody's figuring out where they at. Everybody's waking up. There's this big fucking crate in the middle of the field. I've never seen any movie like this to where the hunted got this much of a chance.
Oh yeah.
But then again, way it played out, did they have a chance? Of course, the crate first of all, has a pig in it. What was the pig's name? The pig runs out. They discover the weapons.
Well, Emma Roberts finds an envelope on the back of where the crate door was that they pulled open. So she finds the envelope, opens it up, and it's the keys to all the gags. So she calls for a dude to come over and so she can unlock him. And what do they call him? I think they called him they called him Big Game Shane. She can unlock him, and then in return that he unlock her, and then they unlock everybody.
Yeah. So everybody's unlocked. Violence ensues. So let's give them this kill count breakdown.
You start off with Emma Roberts. You think she's the protagonist. They get all the gags off, and they all get their weapons. And Emma Roberts doesn't even want a gun, and the guy was like, "You're gonna take it." And he makes her take it.
Yeah.
And then the bullets start coming. Everybody's freaking out. Emma Roberts gets on a knee and she goes, "Oh,
That almost hit me.
Bam. Hey,
Brains
listen, guts. Not even guts, just instant brains.
no
And
way
this
anybody
shit,
expected that."
Shocker. You saw something coming, but you didn't see it coming.
You didn't
this
think she
fast.
was gonna die right then.
No.
From the trailers too, you think she might even be a main character, and she's fairly famous. So
We know
I
her
would-
face. She's
Yeah,
the first
right.
one to wake up. All right.
She's
now,
been in lead roles before.
who goes second?
So then it's the guy. So the guy she calls over to unlock, and he was he was giving her some pointers on the gun.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh fucks," and then he looks like he's leading into the protagonist role.
Yep.
He sees a girl start running. She makes
in
it
a-
across the field and she falls in a hole. So then he's got to go over there.
Yeah.
So he goes over to help.
She
and-
got a whole spike through her motherfucking
she-
body.
She fell in a hole full of spikes.
Like some Mortal Kombat
I was
shit.
just about to say that. Like some
and
Mortal
the
Kombat shit.
guy is actually the brother from This Is Us. The white brother who had a real good bond with the sister.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's him.
Wow.
So he gets her out of
He
the
saves
hole.
her, halfway saves
Yeah,
her.
and that was pretty. And it was, and in a way, it's like this is how this movie's pretty dark. It's like a dark comedy. That's I would say this movie
Yeah.
is because it's kind of funny, even though she's pale, but she's like being funny. But she goes, "It's my birthday tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I was gonna eat a whole pie."
Yeah. So,
And
but
then
he gets her
gets
out.
her out, and
they're trying to run away. They making moves, and your boy steps on a mine.
And I love his face too. Before it goes, he's like, "God damn it."
He goes kablooey. She flies back into the fucking spike pit, and
Still
fucking
alive.
yeah, and
impaled in the same spot,
but missing her bottom half of her body.
Right.
Talking about some help. And that's when old boy, another known face.
comedian,
Yeah, what is he from, bro?
Ike Barinholtz.
Goddamn Manorgate. This is real?
Okay, so he sees her. He's like, fuck. And journey continues. He meets up with, we got the guy they named Target because he gets impaled by arrows. He's like, what's this Avatar bullshit? So right now you got 3 people together. You got, your hood white guy, another really country lady, and the Iron Barinholtz fella.
Mm-hmm. How the Target guy died, though, is kind of funny. Not only did he get shot, though, but they threw a grenade down to blow him up.
Yeah.
And the grenade didn't go off, and he was like waiting for it. And she goes, oh, damn it, did you pull the pin? And threw another grenade in
Like,
there.
shit. Threw another grenade, blew his ass away. And now you got, like I said, we were 3. And it's 12 people total. If we didn't mention that, it's 12 people on this island that are being hunted. So they on the run. They find a gas station. And I kind of like this part a whole lot.
I liked it a lot, too.
They find a gas station, a little mom and pop joint. We'll tell it here. Everything around this is set up for this.
Right.
So this gas station is staged. This is full of everything.
Did you see what was playing on the TV? It was the news talking about global warming. And then, like we said in the beginning, these are PC people. They're liberals. Like, they're all about global warming,
Right.
blah, blah.
They're playing cool. The old people are playing it cool. Like, they're pretty much like, hey, we're being hunted, being chased. She's like, but you have guns.
He's like,
Something
to
like
protect
that.
ourselves.
Yeah, and he goes to like, he's like, I have 7 guns. Like, why do you have 7 guns? And the other hillbilly was like, stay in your ground.
Stay in your ground.
He's like, I exercise my constitutional right to protect myself, blah, blah, blah. And she fires back like, they're trying to call the cops, and 911's not even.
He's being like a sarcastic asshole over the phone.
Like I said, there's 3 of them now looking for food. And the old lady kind of slips out of character. And like I said, she fires back with her political shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
dude's
because
like,
they're
"Yeah, is she
literally
all right?"
ignoring the fact that there's blood on them, and like they're ignoring the fact
Right.
that like they're obviously being hunted. Anybody that see them would know that.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they ask where they're at, too, and they say that they're in Arkansas.
it's definitely
Fuck, we're
not
in
Arkansas. And we still don't have a protagonist yet. We're getting close though. So this goes on. They end up turning their backs on them. They end up gassing them, putting masks on.
Well, he said, is your wife all right? And he goes, oh, she's fine. But how are you?
Yeah,
And then-
they're ignoring the
Right.
shit. And they also were eating some like donuts or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
The one cool guy, the white guy, hood guy, what people like Malibu's Most Wanted type kid.
Yeah, exactly. Vanilla Nice, that's his character's
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Was like, oh shit, she's, we need to call help, And then they turn back, and then the old couple, they got their gas masks on.
Yeah. So they part of it. They reveal that they're part of it, and it's just another phase of it. They had their little back and forth. They're talking about racism and.
The old couple? Is that
yeah,
what you mean? That was funny.
And it was funny. It's
funny.
great. We ain't gonna break
he
it
was
all
like,
the way down.
He was like, it's totally appropriate to call them black people now.
Yeah.
And she was like, says who? And he goes, NPR. And he goes,
Yeah.
which consists of.
White people.
They had a little back and forth. This is where you finally get to know who your protagonist is. The one girl from the beginning, they called her Snowball. That was, because they gave all the hunted names.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in, but as she's outside, like you could tell off rip that she's smart. Like he was saying earlier, she did the thing with the hair. She got tracker abilities, like pretty much got some military experience. But she's coming into the place, looking at the plates. She's already analyzing and being super aware of everything that's around her. She walks in slow. She already knows the old people are super sketchy.
But she's not panicking either.
She's not
extremely
panicking. She's calm as fuck. Like she got the survivalist instinct in her.
Mm-hmm. And she's pretty much that calm throughout the entire movie, which I loved.
And she's playing it a little more desperate too. So she's in there. She's playing like this damsel in distress.
Not really, actually.
Not really damsel in distress, but she's playing like stupid. She's
Right.
not playing it as smart as
Right,
she is.
yeah, exactly.
She's kind of like leading into their shit.
Yeah.
Because she peeked
Feeling
it.
them
She
out.
peeked it already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she asked if she can get a pack of Marble Lights, and obviously, like, they all got kidnapped, so they don't have their wallets with them. So the old couple didn't expect her to have money, and she had a little secret stash in her sock, which was like a $20 bill. She goes, oh, just in case of emergencies. So she kind of like got them there.
Yeah.
And she pays for the cigarettes, and she gets change of like $10 and like 50 cents or something like that. Right then and there, the old lady's like, is there anything else I can help you with? And then she smashes her face on the counter and hops over, grabs the shotgun from under the counter, blows the old man away. And then the old lady's like, no. And she goes, cigarettes only cost $6 in Arkansas.
You fucked up, bitch.
And blows her head off. That shit was so funny.
This chick, bro, is fire. Like,
Hilarious.
she literally, every way she went with her emotion in the movie was dope.
Her face.
Her action, her choreography was dope. Everything was dope about her, bro.
She makes so many different facial expressions in this movie, if you notice. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
It
she really reminded me, and I told you this, she reminded me of Uma Thurman in Kill Bill. But, fast forward a little bit.
She was going to get the pickup truck. She was analyzing it, and she pulled the license plate off and then realized that she's not in Arkansas.
She's
She's in Europe.
double-plated. Yeah.
And then she looked at the truck, and it was booby-trapped. It had C4 underneath it. So she opened the door handle, then, she'd blow up.
Yeah, and then we run into, she's seen by another one of the Hunted. Is that Randy? Is that Randy from My Name is Earl?
Yeah.
My name is Randy Hickey.
Yeah,
And you see what he looks like now?
Yeah, he's fucking
huge.
He's like
ripped.
a little Goldberg. But yeah, we see him, and it took me a minute to like,
Well, she's
because
listening.
his look is totally different.
Well, he shot down the drone. That's how they meet up. Because she's listening to the radio of all them talking about like where's Snowball at, blah blah blah. And there goes, all right, we need to get eyes on there. And then she sees the drone.
Yeah.
And then he shoots the drone. And then she comes out and she goes, don't fucking shoot, blah blah, all this stuff. She goes, you shouldn't have shot that drone because now you just told him where we're at. You know what I mean?
But so they linked up. Your normal chatter that you would have in between that, and you got a train that comes along, and his character is like the conspiracy nut.
He has a podcast. Just
You know
about
what I'm
all
saying?
That, yeah.
Like he's the, what was that guy, Alex Jones?
Yeah,
he's
that's
one
what
of
he
those
is. He's
type
like an
cats.
Alex Jones, right?
The train comes along, of course it's a way out, so they run along the train, that classic scene. They jump on the only car that has an open door, discover a bunch of, immigrants, foreigners, whatever you want to call them.
Come the fuck out or I'll shoot!
It gets a little hostile. It gets a little bit hostile because they're hiding. They don't know where the fuck they at.
Right. And he's calling him out like, there's no way you're all immigrants. This is all set up. Like, blah,
that's
blah, blah.
this
like,
Alex Jones.
Yeah, he's doing his conspiracy. Like, I don't believe
What
you.
did he call them? Crisis actors.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, you're right.
He was like,
He's like, they have a
crisis
baby.
actors.
He
You
goes,
ever
so
seen
what? There could be
actors?
crisis babies.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The train eventually comes to a stop at like a base, right? Military base.
Yes. And so the military is like searching the train to make sure there's no immigrants on
Yeah,
it, basically.
and they're not really being aggressive towards the people. They kind of like rounded them up or whatever.
Yeah, just a little.
And there's one guy with them that's doing most of the talking, and that's the main guy he's calling out. He's trying to say like, we're not crisis actors, we're real immigrants. Once they get to the base though, and everybody walks away, he turns around. His voice is different.
I don't think they believe you, Gary.
The whole time he was speaking in a different language, and then he came out and kind of revealed himself that, hey,
Yeah.
he was like, you need to chill the fuck out. This is all real. The military is real. Those people are real. I know because I've been
the only
embedded
one.
with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, so you need to chill out so we can get through this, and if we do that, I'll give you a head start.
Yeah.
If that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
He's like, how's that sound, buddy? And he's like, do not call me your buddy. And and then he tackles him, and a bag opens up with grenades and shit in it. So
Yeah.
old boy takes the grenade and puts it in his pants, and tells him sayonara or whatever. And then dude's like, oh shit, trying to get the grenade, and then Quentin Tarantino style, like just like for no reason. It's awesome though.
Yeah. But while that's happening, what is it? Snowball. We're gonna call her Snowball because that's what they call her. She wants to speak to somebody. She's trying to figure out where the fuck they at. What is it, Bosnia or Serbia?
Yeah, and that's how you know how smart she is. She goes, well, when I was in Mississippi and I got knocked out and flew 18 hours. So given that, and then the plates I saw, I'd say I'm in Bosnia and then she was like naming off cities. She's basically in Russia right now. And he asked her, he's like, are you hunted? And she goes, who the fuck said I was hunted? And he goes, like Don? And she goes, like, who the fuck is Don? And then they bring Don in, who was a old redneck man who was also being hunted. So he's like, I told you.
Yeah, he just happened to make it there before her.
Right.
So she's talking to this guy. She's trying to, I guess, pretty much get the fuck up out of there.
They do call the American embassy, and her and Dawn get picked up by a gentleman from the embassy. And we're in the car and they're talking, and he goes, so these people brought you out here and just to hunt you? It's disgusting.
Yeah.
He was like
super sketchy.
Yeah.
Super
Like
sketchy.
I already knew that he was, as soon as they went in there, I was like, oh, well, he's working for them.
Yeah.
He was like, so do you guys know why they did this? He's like, shit, I don't know. Just because they think they're better than us? And he goes, yeah, but there has to be a reason why, right?
Kind of like,
and then
kind of like literally implying it.
Right. Like
big
I
time.
want you to tell us why.
He wasn't even being smooth about it.
And right, at all. And she caught on to it immediately, and I love that. She subtly put her feet up, made this funny ass face, turns
Yeah.
over all subtle, and then just kicks his
Kicks
ass right
his
out
ass
the
out the
window.
car, bro. That shit was fire.
Hilarious.
Like her acting, bro, is
Outstanding.
it was just top notch.
It really was.
Like it's like this. You can't do this better
Right.
than she did it. So Don kind of freaks out. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
I want to
I mean,
ask
she
him
re-
some questions."
And she ran his head over too.
Yeah.
Like, totally killed him.
Yeah, she fucked dude up. They end up finding the map.
So they
Yeah.
go and open the trunk, and he goes, "Jesus Christ!" She goes, "No, that's Gary."
Yeah.
There's all this European money in there, and then, like you said, maps. And then she tells the story about the tortoise and the hare right here, which is super important because
Yeah.
that's like the whole plot of the movie, really, in a
Yeah.
way. Which everybody knows the story of the tortoise and the hare. You know, the tortoise ends up winning the race because he's slow and takes his time.
Yeah,
And
she
then
changed it up. It was the jackrabbit and the box turtle.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And the moral of the story was the turtle won, and the box rabbit, the jackrabbit couldn't take it. So the jackrabbit shows up to the box turtle's house and murders his whole family, eats his food, because the rabbit always wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
And it was a story that her mom told her, and so fire.
Yeah.
And Dawn asked her too. You go, so where are we in this? Are we the turtle or are we the rabbit? And she doesn't answer him.
Great moment. The way she told the story.
But yeah, I was gonna say. By the way, that monologue of the story, that's where you see how good of an actor she is.
Watch this movie just to see this lady
For real.
act her fucking ass off.
For real.
Man. Like I can't emphasize enough.
Right.
And I'm starting early with a 5 Puff movie just because of her. Anyway, so they find a map. They happen to see that damn pig again randomly. For here we finally see our antagonist again for the first time since the movie started. And you're getting personalities. You're getting your Me Too movement person.
Mm-hmm.
You got your fucking.
They're all just super.
You're
PC.
rich snob.
Yeah.
You're like hella PC motherfuckers.
Right.
They're all pretty much rich snobs.
Right.
But you got different levels of it.
They're basically playing your assumption of what you imagine a liberal to be.
You got your people that go and help like starving countries. That's more important than the person that goes and feed the people over here. So that's what they're doing.
But they're not doing it for the right reason. They're doing
Yeah,
it for clout.
They're doing it for clout. It's all for clout.
Right. They're all just pieces of shit.
So it's them, and then they also have, a supposed army general who ends up being like a paid actor, kind of.
Well, he worked on it. He worked on a movie before.
Yeah, like one
He
movie.
said it was Tears of the Sun, and they're like, Tears of the Sun? Like, they act like they've never seen Tears of the Sun. They're like, Bruce Willis was in it.
Now, goddammit!
But he's their leader. He's the one that's teaching them how to hunt because these motherfuckers have no idea. Like
Right.
these people are not built for this.
Right. They're trying to be what they think conservatives or Republicans are.
So they get like a little alert, They start looking out because I'm pretty sure they heard that motherfuckers is loose. It's kind of going down.
Mm-hmm.
So Miss Survivalist, G.I. Jane, boss ass,
I'm a boss ass bitch, 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 bitch.
throws the pig down. Orwell, she throws him down as a distraction. They all started loading clips on the fucking pig like some assholes.
Right.
Which she knew what they was going to do because she got that experience. She know how to kill motherfuckers. They don't.
Mm-hmm. She was eavesdropping on everything they were saying, so
Yeah.
she knows that they're all inexperienced. She
Yeah.
knows that the army guy was hired to help them out, so she
Yeah.
knows that they're
She knows what
she's
she
gonna
up
win.
against.
Yeah, she knows
she
she's gonna win.
sized up the situation. So she comes in, low, ducking, and she bodies everybody.
Everybody.
You know what I mean? With the pistol. They can't react to that shit.
And I love
They
that
ain't
she
built for this.
First dude she blows his head off and she goes, "Hey bitch," like some like a woman Deadpool type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. She bodies everybody. The one the Me Too lady, she's kind of left alive, and Don's like, "Can't kill her. She's a lady."
That shit was funny.
And she's
like, "Well, do you
one of
want to
those-
ask her any questions? Because you got mad at me because I
Yeah.
killed the other dude without you asking questions. So
Yeah.
if there's anything you want to ask her, go ahead." And then he goes, "So why are you doing this to us?" She goes, "Because Jesus told me to."
Yeah.
Like patronizing him.
Yeah, and he's
then-
still like, and Don's kind of like, just a country bumpkin kind of. He's trying to
Right.
be respectful.
Well, and she's like,
And
"Well,
this
there you
lady
go."
is like, she's not about that. Don't do something because I'm a woman shit.
Right.
So she ain't gonna, and that's why she was like, "Oh, let's ask her." It was like, "Do you give a shit? Pretty much, do you care that you're a woman? Do you think I should keep you alive just because you're a woman? I should spare you, whatever, or go easy on you?" And she's like, "No." It's like, there you have it. Dope. Don loses his mind, of course. It's like, it's funny. It's kind of funny the way he reacts for real. So Hillary Swank chimes in. There's a radio in this room. It's a little bunker where they at. So she chimes in, whether it's real or not, like, "Don, did you get her? Did you catch her, Don?" And Don's like, can't really tell by Don's reaction. He looks either surprised because, oh shit, or surprised like, what the fuck? You can't really tell. Very well done right here. Either she's leading in and trying to set him up to kill, for her to kill him and, eliminate one more person, or Don's in on this whole thing. So she's pretty much like, "Don, did you kill her? Did you kill her?" Don's like, "I don't know who the fuck that is." the lead antagonist, which her name is Athena.
Which is subliminal because that's the goddess of war.
And she's pretty much like, Don, she knows it's up. She knows what's happening now. It's too late. And like I said, they never say.
He did get to the military base before her somehow. Like, how did he get there? They got on a train, you know?
Yeah,
and then
sketchy.
Right. But in the beginning though, when the crate came out, he was like, no, it might be a bomb. You know what I mean? And he ran away because he didn't know what was in that crate. Like it seemed like. So he could have played it off really well. But then at the same time, she was telling him, like, all you have to do is put the gun down. And if he put the gun down, she probably wouldn't have killed him. Because she said, just put the gun down, and he wouldn't
But
do
I don't
it.
know. She was kind of savage, though.
Turn away.
Yeah, so she pops Don. Don's a body. And
She's like, Don's dead.
And Athena was, she's like, Don's dead. And Athena was like, well, it's like, yeah, to come and get me. Which also made me think that she did that on purpose, too. Mm-hmm. The way she said it all snarky.
Right.
Like,
I don't want two of you here.
Yeah.
You know,
like,
I want
you know
just
what I'm
you.
saying? So,
I want
like,
the snowball.
Jason Blum, you a beast. You know what I'm saying? Just let me get in one movie, bro. Let me be the monster. Like, look how ugly I am, bro. I don't even need makeup. What's up, B? But no, the military, the guy that was supposed to lead them, he's still, like, halfway alive. Because earlier she hit him with a crazy pole combo to the face. They had a little fight. She kicked his ass. But that pole combo was bing, bing.
Fire.
He just turned around like...
She even winded up for it like it was a baseball bat.
Like, so he's asleep on the step, and she's getting information from him. She want to know where the fuck Athena is.
He asked her if she was in the service, but then she got a little bit into her background. She said she fought in Afghanistan, and then she asked the military dude, the one advising these rich people. She said, "Where did you go?" And he goes, "I'm National Guard." And then she laughed at him like, "So you weren't really in the shit?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, I am now." And she goes, "That's a beautiful way to look at it.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service." And then blew his fucking head off.
Yeah. As she leaves, we get backstory on Athena. So, like we told you in the beginning of the movie, she was texting her friends, talking about Manorgate, which was a big thing at the time in their world of politics because the whole Manorgate thing was being exposed, and they already had eyes on them because of this shit. Mm-hmm. So,
but according to her, it was just a joke.
It was just a joke. She got called to an office with her bosses, and she was like, "It was just a fucking joke."
Right.
But
She goes, now people are taking
it was still
literal.
a thing though.
Yeah.
So it was probably something she shouldn't have joked about.
Right.
So you know what I mean? Of course, she's still gonna get talked to.
Well, she gets fired from her job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because of that, and he was like, "I'm sorry, I wish it didn't have to go this way." And everybody else also stepped down from their jobs as well, whether they got fired or quit, is what he was saying. He's like, "So I'm sorry,"
because
but
they
you
were
have
all
to."
it's all the people that's in the same group chat
Right.
from the beginning.
And,
'cause they all on the same page. They all like liberal motherfuckers that just
You all agree about everything. That's
Yeah.
so liberals stick with liberals, Republicans stick with Republicans
Yeah.
because you guys agree on the same shit.
y'all be getting too deep with that shit.
Way
bro.
too
It's
deep.
about the people.
Yeah.
You sons of bitches.
You gotta be in the middle.
What about the people? Anyway, so we get her backstory there. And
then you get
she
to-
gives her whole monologue about her stance on it. Of course, of course she has to stand firm in her beliefs.
And that was funny
Of course,
too.
she's appalled, and this is the first time you see her face as well.
Right. For no reason at all.
So after the office, they go to, her and her circle of friends. They're in her apartment. They're discussing what to do.
Going through slides of pictures.
You know what I mean? Big game, Shane. He's hunting rhinos. They're this type.
They're
of
like, the
asshole.
picture explains itself, right?
Yeah.
And then
this is where they're literally picking. They're picking people.
Yeah.
In this one.
They're picking
who to hunt.
Exactly, because
And-
specifically conservative Republicans, ones that have the exact opposite of their views. So these are people that are for guns. These are people that are for big game hunting, or these are people that are against the LGBTQ community. Like these are so they think that they're disposable, like they're wrong to society.
Yeah.
They should be gone.
Snowball's character. They had her name. They had a Facebook post from her talking shit about. I think it was
Athenas.
particularly about Athena.
It said Athenas is a fucking bitch. She literally murders people for sport. There's evidence of this. She goes, I don't need to hear anymore.
Yeah, but
That's
there's
a
a twist to
snowball.
that too.
Yeah.
There's a twist to that at the end.
Great twist.
Towards the end, man, this movie's fire.
And a great message out from the twist, and I can't wait to get to that.
But so they go back, and you see Hillary Swank once they pull up Snowball on the thing, and her name was supposed to be Justice for All on Facebook. That was her tag
Justice for y'all.
for y'all. Yeah, some country shit.
Yeah.
you motherfuckers.
Because they're in Mississippi.
Mississippi. So we go back to the present. She's outside the manor. Snowball is. She's outside the manor. Athena's talking. No guns. Put it in the mailbox. She want to go hand in hand with her.
And she's like, why the fuck would I do that? And she goes, there's C4 underneath the gate. You put the fucking gun in there, I'll blow you up.
Yeah. So we got a showdown time, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's walking through the house. You got that slow build up walk through.
Mm-hmm.
She has the dopest, disgusted, I'm ready to kick that ass, what's going on,
Right.
suspicious, ready for battle face. It's like she shows 11 emotions at once.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, so good, bro.
Curious.
So good, man. Like,
But not afraid at all. That's the best thing. Like, you can see there is no fear in her
She
face.
ready.
The whole movie, though, you don't see any fear in her
she's
face. I love all
she's
that.
stalking too. And she pulls up on Athena, and of course it's your classic villain setup. She got the weird hair that's just too weird looking. Black turtleneck or dark turtleneck, dark long sleeve, dark everything. She's cooking. I don't know why villains
She's
are
making
always.
a grilled cheese.
I don't know why villains are always cooking.
We are all prisoners in this hunk of metal. Medium rare.
Yeah, it's true. They
know,
are. That is true.
And she does the normal villain monologue talking about the
Yeah.
cheese she's making,
Right.
and the differences and shit.
Kind of like our last one, the Snowpiercer, the guy who's making steak while they're having their monologue
Villains
at the end of the movie.
always cooking, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Gordon Ramsay, bro, I'm watching you, dog. Like, I'm watching you, bro.
Oh, yeah, he's
You
evil,
know what
probably.
I'm saying? Nah, that's
Oh,
my
he
nigga.
is evil. You seen him in those shows?
But you have your monologue here. Our protagonist, Snowball, starts like, who am I? Why am I here? Pretty much. Athena's giving her breakdown.
Your name is Crystal something May, and she said that your father was a meth head and died of overdose, and so did your mother, and they were both like pieces of shit, and then she was like basically telling her whole life that she's been pieces of shit in and out of places. Her family sucked,
And that's
all
what
that.
she thinks. But she's wrong.
She actually said, she goes, I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt your grilled cheese speech, but damn lady, you done fucked up. My dad never did drugs. My mom, she's alive. She's like, in fact, can we call her? Like, I'll give you her number. You can call her if you want.
Yeah.
You know, and they go back and forth. And she said her name was Crystal something May, but she said there's a girl in her town with the same name, but she spells hers with an E. She goes, I get her mail sometimes. And she didn't believe her. She goes, all right, well, maybe. You know,
Yeah.
maybe not. Like, just him. Just like she said about Don. But she also said the reason, too, of why they were doing this is because of Snowball's tweet. The Justice for Y'all's tweet was the one who started it, where she said that they had this manor. She goes, this was your idea. And then she said, well, it wasn't my idea. Like, and then she said that she's not the right one.
Yeah.
But she was basically explaining that the manor thing wasn't real. But Snowball was like, but it is real because that's what you're doing. She goes, yeah, but it wasn't. You made it real.
Yeah.
Like, since you,
she's like,
since
it's
you
a
got,
fucking rental house in Croatia.
Right.
Like,
She's like,
and she said that like multiple times
Right.
too throughout the movie.
Right.
Just stuck to that.
well, she was basically saying that they were never actually killing people. This is the first time they did it, which is true. She
Yeah.
goes, since you all got me fired because you guys think this is true, now I made it true just because you wanted it to be true.
You can tell these motherfuckers are hella entitled. With monologue, great monologue. We ain't gonna ruin everything. You know, this is watching shit and spoiling it. But we still want to leave y'all some shit to, you know, see for yourself. Like, oh, they ain't talking about this. Anywho, they battling, bro.
It's an amazing woman
It's
fight.
yeah, it's
Amazing woman fight.
It's a great girl fight.
It's up there. I was trying to think of two, like,
And it's a PC world right now. We don't mean it in no derogatory way. You just
don't see a
you
lot
don't
of
see
them.
girl fights in movies, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come
I
on.
mean, really, the best chick fights in movies are from both Kill Bill movies. You got the opening scene with what the black girl's name, where they have that fight in the living.
Vivica, hey.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God, she's banging. Yeah, where they have that badass fight. It's one of the best chick fights ever. I thought until you see the second movie where she fights the girl with the eye out, and they have that big fight, and then now
Yeah.
you got this fight. Like, they're all just amazing fights.
Yeah,
like,
it's
for
a
real.
great fight. She tried to throw a wine bottle at her, and this wine bottle was talked about earlier. It's like
Which was
some expensive.
It was the most rare bottle of wine that I was saying that they pulled up from the water.
Yeah,
That Richard was asking about in the very beginning. And
Yeah. And
So she had to save
She
that
tried to
shit.
throw that at her, and she fucking dived and saved it.
that was some Jackie Chan shit.
And she got Jackie Chan kicked
Like
through
Rush Hour.
through a fucking, you know what I mean, through a glass thing, landed on the other side. She pulled out a shotty, so she kind of got the upper hand for about 10 seconds.
And then she said, "Oh, we're doing guns. You're cheating, bitch."
Yeah.
Funny.
She caught her fucking arm in the shotgun. You know how you load a shotgun, and she kind of tried to reload it.
Right, just pinching the fuck out
Ended
of
up
her.
pinching the shit out of her. A lot of stabbing. They pretty much fucking
Breaking
they,
through glass.
They damn near killed each other, bro.
And doing funny shit too. Snowball was about to slam her head through the glass. She goes, "No more glass." They even took breaks. We're like, "Hold on one second."
Because
And they
she's
both took a
fucking
break.
up all her expensive
Yeah.
shit too. But yeah, we progressed, bro, to where she ends up with the shredder, food processor,
from a blender, right?
blade.
Is that what it
It's
is?
the food processor
Oh,
joint.
okay.
Our protagonist, Snowball, ends up with it in her stomach. Right after she gets stabbed with that, Hillary Swank comes up and just kneeing her over and over again in that spot. Snowball eventually grabs her and just
Hugs her.
pulls her, stabs her. Now the food processor blades and her. It's just, and now we're back to monologuing. They're both on the ground, bloody, stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
They fought for probably 5 minutes.
Final words, basically, at this point.
She asked her, you know, can I ask you a question? Asked why they called her Snowball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reference to George Orwell's Animal Farm. Y'all haven't seen Animal Farm or read Animal Farm, that movie it's a political movie, but it's done with animals on a farm. And I think it's in reference to communism or some shit like that.
Yeah, they're trying to escape the farm.
Yeah. But you got one side of the farm that's like this, the other side that's like this, and it's just a big political fiasco for real. But it's classic shit. Everybody should see it.
But Snowball apparently
school.
inspires hope or something like
Yeah,
that, right?
Yeah, and that's why she said she labeled her, as that character from Animal Farm.
She was like, why'd you call me that? Because it inspires hope. So really, in a way, you should be Snowball. And then she was like shocked that she read Animal Farm.
You read Animal Farm?
Yeah.
And the reason she was shocked is because her view of Republicans and conservatives is that they're all illiterate redneck idiots.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she was like, "You read Animal Farm? Like she could you read? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah. And she had a question of her own. She was like, are you really justice for y'all? Did I get the right crystal?
No, ma'am. You did not.
Straight up, man. And she is so fucking,
And
she's so good,
you know what I love
bro.
is how do you know if she was lying or not? What if she
You
really
don't.
did get her? She maybe
You
she
don't.
wanted to fuck her
You
worse.
don't.
You know.
You don't.
And I
don't.
love that too because you know what she
don't, bro.
You don't. I love that so much. I love that too because you really don't know. Like I feel like I want to believe that she was the wrong crystal because I have a reason behind that. But it's also savage that if she was the right crystal, but she just wanted her to know, the last thing that she knows is that she got the wrong crystal and just died for no reason.
Yeah,
you know.
insult to injury. Right. So she gets up. You know what I mean? You think she did, but she gets up, smashes that grilled cheese. That looked delicious the way she was eating that grilled cheese.
Did you realize? And then at that point, you realize she is the jackrabbit from her mom's story.
Yeah.
You know, she came home. She came into her house, ate her food, murdered her.
Yeah.
You know, and then she goes and gets dressed in all of her nice clothes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That blowtorch part where she's still an uppercut.
Yeah.
I just imagine that would fucking suck.
Yeah. She took the expensive bottle of wine. You know what I'm saying? And she's just a victor, bro. And anything else that happened, we're gonna let you guys see it. It's pretty much to walk off into the sunset situation. She takes the lady's dog. She got the pistol in the left hand.
Goes and conveniently into a jet out in the backyard.
You know what I'm saying? But
tells him, "Take me home."
great movie, bro. Great movie. This is why I shouldn't spoil it. I don't know who watches us if they haven't seen the movie, but every movie we do, at least I know I do. I'm pretty sure Shane thinks about it too. We try to make sure it's movies that you can still watch and still fucking enjoy, no matter how much we spoil it for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But Shane,
or maybe you've seen it already and you,
yeah,
you know, and you like to hear
which is better because you know what I mean. We ain't getting spoiled for you,
right?
But Shane, overall take on this movie, bro.
Oh,
your
5
overall
puffs.
thoughts.
5 puffs. And I know we're closing it up, but like the one thought that what I really got from this movie of why I'm giving the movie 5 puffs is just the message behind it. And if you really like pay attention and listen, like we've been saying the whole time, this whole movie is about the left and the right and who is who, and they both think that they're better than the other.
Yeah.
And what I like is normally you see it flip flopped like in horror movies where it's the rednecks hunting the liberals, you know, and this one is the other way, and they're doing it because that's just how it is in life, right? Like with politics, it's always going to be Republican or Democrat.
Yeah.
And I feel like the reason why she survives in the movie is because she is in the middle. You never know.
Yeah.
You don't even know what her political views are. She's literally trapped in a war between two sides, and she comes out the victor because she's in the middle, which is the way I actually live my life. I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
an
doing
independent. I feel like if you make up your views before hearing both sides, that's just ignorant.
Yeah,
so I'm
stupid.
always in the middle.
And that's
exactly the point, is saying that if you stay in the middle like me or you, then you might survive.
Well,
know?
I mean, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Get into this a little bit, like, they kind of want us to vibe with everything going on right now. Two guys mentioned this, like, you got to hear everybody's side of things. Just a little thought. You got to hear everybody's side of things because all this political shit started to divide us.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all don't know, do your research. I ain't gonna get into that. Maybe on the podcast, I'll dive into that shit. Fire movie, 5 puffs for me and the homie Sugar Shane. And next week, guys, we don't have a movie for next week. We'll let you know. Or we're just gonna drop it, and you'll see. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what's happening. We need to see what drops. We need to see what comes out. We need some new releases. We might do some classics. I don't know. Okay?
I don't know either.
But
you tell us.
We'll be back. Yeah, please tell us. But it's been watching shit and spoiling it with Sugar Shane, Hateful J, and we're going to be back next week. Like, sub, share, push those goddamn buttons. And we out this bitch.